What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free. To live your best life, you must live label free. And I'm back with another incredible guest. My next guest is the founder and creator of the Emotion Codex and the author of Encyclopedia of Emotions. Please welcome Vera Helleman. Vera, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Wait, so now let's tell people where you're joining us from.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Let's tell the audience where you're joining us from.
Oh, I'm joining from the Netherlands.
I love that. So what time of the day is it there for you? Just out of
It's
curiosity.
now 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Okay, so that's not terrible. So morning here, 5 p.m. there. So it's not bad. So I know when we had our intro call, we really kind of got a little bit into the weeds of like your focus and your reasoning why you created the Emotion Codex. But I want you to share it with the audience, what it actually means, and then your reason why you started it and how you're helping people.
Yes. Well, that's interesting actually, because reason why isn't actually how I would say it, because I'm very driven by intuition and feeling. So something deeper drove me to do this. As I would say, I was born to do this. So on
Yeah.
a certain time, it wants to go out and flourish itself. And it started with coming out as a teacher in non-duality. That's changed, and there was a moment when I was under the shower and I got this idea: I need to write an encyclopedia of emotions. And so it developed, and I got my playground in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But then I got a new download of information, and this download, yeah, took a couple of days, and my head was really exploding because it was all codes and symbols, and I had to figure out what it meant.
Oh, wow.
So, and that revealed the Emotion Codex, which is actually a three-dimensional symbol. And this is a symbol, well, actually, it's a model that will explain to us how our emotional landscape works.
Yeah.
And
Do the colors mean are the colors representative of different emotions?
the colors represent different emotion groups. So every
Okay.
group contains positive and negative
Yeah.
emotions. So actually, these are energetic forces which we experience as emotions.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing that I think is that emotions are energy in motion. So it is a perfect entrance to understand the energetic logic of this reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
And emotions are so raw and so close to us that it's perfect to understand energy through our emotions.
Yeah.
And because it came to me in English, wonder over wonder, it needs to be revealed in English. So
That's
that's why.
interesting that it came to you in English. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know exactly. When I was young, and I think maybe 8 or 9 years old, I was walking home from school, and always words came into my mind, and they were always in English. And I didn't know mentally what I meant,
Oh,
but I
wow.
knew what they meant on a heart level.
Yeah. That's
I don't know why.
fascinating.
Maybe because I needed to reveal it worldwide. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm very
Possibly.
purpose driven.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so when it comes to understanding our emotional landscape, what you've created there, this figure, and then that they represent different energy group or different emotional groups, how do you how does this help you with people that you work with to understand their emotions and maybe like somewhere where they're being held back because maybe they're stuck in this emotional group and that not the positive energy from it, but the negative energy from it?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. I heard these questions all the time, of course,
Oh,
and
I'm sure.
every emotion group is also a ladder with negative on the bottom and positive at the top. So I always say you get stuck in emotions when you fall down the ladder of these emotion groups. And actually, how it helps is when people are down the ladder of an emotion group, there are often more emotion groups when they fall down. So it is actually a cluster of misery.
Yeah.
And it is thrown all on one hill, and so we can distract 8 different kinds of emotions, and every emotion group or every emotional force gives us feedback to our beliefs of what happens in the outer world, of our coping mechanism. So when we can divide all
Yeah.
these different kinds of forces, it's in the first place it's easier to understand the different messages.
Can you give us an example of what that looks like and then kind of that ladder? So if someone feels this emotion and then it turns into a
Yes,
different,
for example, emotion group love also contains jealousy, greed,
yeah.
loneliness, missing someone, but also adoration, and so it's a range of in this group what has to do with connecting to other people.
Mm, yeah.
So it also correlates to life themes. So when you experience often you experience different kinds of emotions from the same group. You
Yeah.
know that some theme is processing inside of you, and you need to climb the ladder of that specific emotion group.
It's
So
like
it's
a
a
domino effect, right? So you'll feel something, something might trigger you, and then all of a sudden it like is a domino effect that leads into other feelings from that one particular trigger.
Yes, well, the domino effect actually is more in your mind than in your emotions. Your emotions are very energetic logic. They respond to whatever uh, you give attention to. So
Sure.
energy follows attention. And when you give attention to something that's not good for you, there is a distinction between, there is a dividedness between the alignment with who you really are and the role you play or the thoughts you think. So,
Mm,
for example, when we think, oh, I'm not good enough, I didn't do right, we feel this contractive emotion because it immediately responds to a thought
yeah.
which is far less than who you truly are, because who you truly are is this vibrant, lively, beautiful creature. So immediately we get this feedback from our inner guidance system. Hey, what you thought,
Yeah.
right.
And so how do you help people get out of that downward spiral, I guess, of not getting attached to those emotions and stepping back into their vibrant energy of, I guess, positivity, right? Because if you go down that downward spiral and follow those emotions and listen to that negative feedback, you're stepping out of that positive, vibrant energy. And so, how do you help people like control that? Because you can control, feelings aren't facts, right? So
No.
emotions are not facts. Like it's just something that we go through, and how do we get on the other side of it so that it doesn't really rule our lives and control how we're moving forward.
Yes. Well, first of all, I teach them how it works.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, not a coach. And so the first thing I think of is that a lot of people, uh, for example, when they are sad, they say, I am sad. So they identify with the feeling. So they don't have control over the feeling because they become the feeling.
Right. Yeah.
So it helps that you know you are the consciousness. Let me show you this model. You are the consciousness that experiences a feeling, experiences a thought, and experiences actions.
Okay.
So this is actually a quadrinity of our human tools. So it helps that you don't become the emotion, but you feel the emotion. I feel sad. And there's one other thing is that, for example, the same example as I talked about earlier, when we think about I'm not good enough, we get this contracting emotional feedback, and then we think that this feedback actually is um, a proof
Right.
that it is so.
Right.
But when you understand that emotions are like guiding entities that want to help you to restore your balance, then we can add consciousness in between the moment that a feeling comes up, because a feeling can be an alarm ringing bell that says, wake up, there's something going on in your inner world, pay attention. I want to explain what, but you need to pay attention. So it's a
So
very, beautiful, it is a feedback mechanism, it's a
yeah,
guidance system
I
when
would
you understand.
agree. So how does someone get out of that feeling of I'm not good enough? Like if
Yeah,
there is that alarm going off and then you get sucked into it, right? And then you like that emotion like can like you said, several other emotions can come from that. Sadness, like there's a lot, depression, right? So how do you work with or teach people how to use that as not something that they should hold on to, right? Or identify as, label themselves as, like that's a label. I'm not good enough. Something is going off in you. How do you teach the people you work with not to attach themselves to that belief system?
yes, it's a belief system. Well, we teach them, or I teach them that you always have a choice.
Yeah.
So we think that we are prey of our beliefs. But actually, there is a difference between a thought and a belief.
Mm,
Thoughts come up, they are very neutral.
yeah.
But the moment that you believe a thought, then it becomes a belief, and then you own the thought.
Yeah.
So it's a choice to own that thought as it is true. So this is a very core understanding about thoughts and beliefs. So the moment that an emotion gives feedback, for example, I'm not good enough, it is an emotion from emotion group shame,
Mm,
and it has everything to do with identifying
yeah.
with norms and goods and rights and wrongs and values, you know. So we can do two things about it. We can dive into what we believed and change it. So we shape our identity. But one thing you have to know by shaping your identity, when that is the only level you identify with, it is not a solid identification. We like to identify ourselves with a deeper level, and that's the
Mm,
level of our soul. So
yeah.
that's the other side. Actually, when you look at this model, they are black and white are opposites from each other. So the codex also tells us about shame and love.
Mm,
So everything that is about our being, we can see it through two levels: the identity human level or the soul level. So we can shape our identity with different kinds of beliefs about ourselves, but we can also root ourselves into the very essential existence of who we are.
mm. I like
And
that.
we need both of them.
Yeah.
So every emotion groups tell us what's going on and what we need to do.
Yeah. What would be some good, like, just guidelines for someone that, if they're listening to this, if they are caught in that negative belief system, how to get themselves out of it and just to be more intelligent about how they feel it and move through it?
Yes. First of all, accept that you think that of yourself in
Mm,
this present moment.
okay.
There's only now. Future doesn't exist. Present of past has already been gone. So there's only now. And emotion also feedback on the now. So the moment you got this emotion, I'm not good enough, you know, you are doing something in the now.
Yeah.
You are choosing the destructive beliefs. So first of all, the most easy way is, can I also believe positive thoughts about me? Some people can. They just can choose to plug in into a different story about
Mm,
themselves.
okay.
But a lot of people are so used to negative believing about themselves, they need more. So looking in the mirror and say that you're good enough and not believing it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So to those people, yes, emotion group love would be a better route. So that when you look in the mirror of with someone else's better is, can you see reflections of yourself in the outer world that you like?
Yeah. Okay.
So the outer world is equal to your inner world. So I always say to people who are so self-destructive, look at someone else as if the other person totally loves you.
Yeah.
And then their perception changes in the outer world. And then I say to those people, you could only see this in the other people because it's inside of you, because the other doesn't exist. You only see yourself. So I use all these tricks to prove to people that they are really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's impossible to see something beautiful in your outer world if it wasn't somewhere inside of you.
Yeah. That's true. I love that. It's beautiful. Tell
Yes.
us about your Encyclopedia of Emotions. I think that's a fabulous title. What does that mean, and what does people gain from reading it?
Well, it means exactly what it is. It's an encyclopedia.
Yeah, well, I know that.
And an encyclopedia, it contains 350 emotions.
Wow.
Yes, and I
I didn't even know we
describe,
had that many. We have that many emotions?
well, after it was sold in the Netherlands, I got a lot of emails from people. I miss this emotion and I miss that emotion. So I also made a list of emotions that weren't in it, and it were 75 more emotions.
Whoa.
But
Holy
actually,
cow.
so every emotion described how it feels energetically. It describes what message this emotions has for you, and what it asks from you, what you can do to restore your balance.
Oh,
Because the
wow.
purpose of emotions is to align yourself with your inner being.
Can you open it up and like give us an example of one? Just pick one and
This
read it
big one.
read it to us like what it says.
Okay. Uncomfortable.
Okay.
I opened it at uncomfortable, uneasy. Feeling uncomfortable energetically looks like there are two fields of different frequency who differ just a little bit and need to be shaken up a little to come together. What does it want to tell you? You can compare an uncomfortable. It is actually quite long text, but I will read the summary.
Okay.
Uncomfortable tells you this role in this setting doesn't suit you. You don't belong here in
Mm.
this way, so do something about it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who is that
Yes.
who's that would that book be good for?
Well, it is. It is. Actually, it is in the Netherlands. Education from coaching, for
Okay.
example.
Yeah.
Education schools, they recommend this book for coaches, therapists, but it is of course a very nice book to have on your shelf when something strong. It's like I'm speaking to you.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yes, I prefer, though, to teach you about how it works because then you don't need a book.
Yeah.
Uh, you can then awaken your inner guidance system, and you have it everywhere with you. So.
Yeah. No, I love it. And who are typically the people that you work with that you teach?
Well, everyone who has interest in emotions with a spiritual, uh, how do you say that? They
Connection.
also, yes. So it's not clinical psychology. It has a far deeper ground, and it's rooted in non-duality. So they always say, don't act from emotion,
Yeah. Yep.
and so emotions are experienced negative, and I say they are positive, but you need to put consciousness in between. And then the way I approach it, there's no difference between emotions, feeling, and intuition. They all guide you to
Yeah.
align with the deeper level of yourself.
I love it.
So everyone who is interested in including their feeling too, yes, but I think is now very, very important because our head rules,
Yeah.
and
Very true.
well,
Do you
that causes a lot of problems in society.
do you have maybe like an example of someone you've worked with, like when they came to you, what they were dealing with, and how things worked for them after you taught them how to maybe understand this emotional landscape a little bit better?
Yes. I've worked with thousands of people, and the most heard comment is it completely changed my life.
Mm.
So people who suffer from incest, past
Oh,
of incest, really flowered up. People were in burnout situations.
okay.
Also taught a lot of coaches the emotion coaching method. So it is actually we have the emotion mastery program, and it's actually a program, a therapeutic transformer program, because every emotion group correlates with a life theme. So when you work through these emotion groups, it swipes all the traumas, all the beliefs that weren't of service anymore. It swipes everything clean.
I love it.
So it's really so transformative.
It's
Yes,
almost like a more scientific way to approach dealing with some of that trauma.
yeah, it's actually an energetic approach, and when you understand the codex, it
Yeah,
is that religion, psychology, science, and spirituality all comes together.
yeah.
There's
Very,
not no
very
very
cool.
different. Yes,
Uh,
it
it,
is.
so this is your creation. So have you, is it trademarked?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, you should, because it's very, very, I don't know
Yes,
what the word is. It's like elevated intelligence. That to me, like
yes.
that's what it seems like to me.
It actually comes from outer space.
Oh, there you
I,
go.
I have to say it. Yes, it contains all this ancient wisdom, which is so energetic logic. It is
Yeah,
so logic, but also
yeah,
so deep spiritually, and so easy psychology. And you also, yes,
yeah.
can use it for, yeah, a lot of things. Yes,
I
we're
love it.
working on that.
Vera, where can people find you, connect with you, and learn more of working with you and purchasing your book?
The book you can find on Amazon,
Okay,
and or my website. It is emotioncodex.com. You can find
perfect.
everything over there.
And then are you on LinkedIn? Are you on social media? Is there places where people can find you there?
Yes, YouTube, Instagram on Emotion Codex, Instagram on Vera Helleman. I just started this 3 weeks ago, so not yet a lot of followers, but I'm working on
All
that.
right. Yes, we'll help you work on that as well. You guys, I'm going to put those links in the show notes. So if you connect with Vera, want to learn more, if you are a coach or know someone that could use her book or learn her, like help her teach you a little bit more about this emotion codex, don't hesitate to reach out. Go give her a follow. Go check out her website, and I'm sure she would love to book a call with you if you're interested. Vera, this is the part of the show where I like to ask for last words of wisdom or advice. What would you like to leave with us today?
Well, I always feel in the moment what comes up, because then you can plug in with everyone who's watching. And the thing that comes up right now is that I just want to say, I wish that you could see how beautiful you are,
Mm,
because then this world gives us all these beautiful flowers, which makes it more beautiful. And everyone has such a beautiful strength, which is different from everyone else. So
yeah.
it is your originality that actually makes you beautiful,
Mm.
and not different than the group and not belonging. It's actually that we want to see with you.
Yeah, I love
That
that.
comes to mind.
Yeah, it makes me think you are imperfectly perfect, you know?
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah, you have your own unique beauty. So, Vera, thank you so much for bringing your gifts to the show today and talking about this codex, emotion codex that I think is very powerful. And I think that it gives a roadmap for people that might be struggling with understanding where some of their emotions come from to prevent to stop the negative cycle, the repeating cycle, because I think that it comes from a different, what's the word I'm looking for? Ideology. You know
It
what I
is
mean? Different
totally.
ideology that really could help people understand things a little bit differently. But um, thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and I cannot wait to see where you take this and help people.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're
You have me
welcome.
opportunity to give
Thank,
this.
Thank you. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Radulescu with Label Free. To live your best life, you must live label free. As always, don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, review, comment, share, all those good things. And I'll be back soon with more dynamic guests.